Mediocrity, it ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity, it ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity, it ain't no friend to me.
It ain't no friend to me. We are waging war on mediocrity. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for another edition of Motivational Monday. I'm so excited to come into your homes. I'm starting to see the eyes add up. Let me know, where are the hungry? I think there's a special place in heaven for the hungry folks. I think there's another level of manifestation for the people that are hungry. People that are hungry, boy, they're willing to, they don't care whether you put pinto beans in front of them, fried chicken, doesn't matter what you put in front of hungry folks. Hungry folks will eat. I see my mom out there. Thank you, Mom, for joining us tonight. I see more eyes out there. Y'all holler at your boy. For all my replayers, give me about a minute and a half as I share this out to all of my social media outlets. Hey, what's up, Vaniqua? Thank you for joining us today. I see your grind, Vaniqua. I see you going back and listen to one message 5 times. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you make your way prosperous. And tonight we're gonna continue that same conversation. If you all would please share, invite people, host watch party, put names in the box as I share it myself to my social media outlets. Share it whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube, no matter where you are. Let's see. I'm asking for you all to help me tonight get north of 25 eyes. Help me tonight get north of 25 eyes. I believe that this is another liberating word that we have tonight. And I would appreciate if you all participated in this with me as I share it out. Give me about another 30 seconds. Look like this thing is slow tonight as it relates to me being able to share it. Tell mama and them, tell grandmama and them to get on there so you can awaken your I am. We're gonna close some gaps tonight. I'm almost done. Y'all give me 30 more seconds before we get into this Motivational Monday. And I can tell you this is going to be one for the age. I'm starting to see more eyes add up out there. What's up, people? Holler at your boy. I am almost done. I am almost done. I'm starting to see the eyes add up. Please go ahead and holler at your boy. Let me know who's out there tonight. Let me know who's out there tonight so we can break this bread. Give me one more second, y'all. I'm almost done. I'm going to share it tonight. I know this was going to be life-changing. I want to make sure that I get as many people as possible. And I wish you all would do the same also. And make sure all my replayers, please fast forward about 3 minutes before you go too far, because I want to make sure that I tag enough people in this tonight to make sure that people are able to hear a liberating word. We've been working on this series. Number 1, this is episode 72 of Awaken Your I Am, but this is episode 3 of Make Your Way Prosperous. And I think there's so many of us, man, that we have fallen into the trap just accepting what we believe life has given us. And there's something so much more for most of us out there. But the challenge is we cannot settle for where we are. We can no longer settle for where we are. We got to be intentional about moving to the next phase of life. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it. Let's get to it. One more. All right, let's get to this thing. Hey, please, if you haven't, Pat, thank you for joining us tonight. Go ahead and share it. Invite your mama, invite your cousin, them. Let them know the Motivational Teacher to the Masses has just gone live. They haven't missed anything. We're about to get into this thing. Right now, man, for most of us, we're in a different phase of life. I can tell you that the people that listen to me day in and day out, that are watching this Awaken Your I Am series, you cannot help but to improve your lot in life. I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe that we are starting to figure out this game called life. And when I mean life is a game, that's exactly what it is. That this is not to be taken, and some people take life so serious that they cannot go through life and just be like one stoic person. Man, ladies and gentlemen, hello, Beverly, thank you for joining us. This life is meant for us to be enjoyed, ladies and gentlemen. It should not be where everything is a struggle in your life. I'm telling you tonight, man, I came to set the captives free tonight. I came to let you know that the doors of whatever mental prison that you've been in have been released, and now you are able to be free and truly free indeed. But that only comes with making your way prosperous. I'm telling you, this is number 3 in the series of making yourself prosperous. And we kind of pull this because, as you know, I talk about it all the time. 15 of the top 20 self-help books are some version spinoff from a scripture in the Bible or a principle in the Bible. So I decided to do the same thing with this Make Your Way Prosperous series. I decided to spin it off too. I'm spinning this off from Joshua 1:8. Joshua 1:8 says, "This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous and have good success." So the first one we did, this is number 3. The first one we did was the law shall not depart out of your mouth. We talked about, if you haven't heard it, you got to go back and listen to it. I can't cover it all tonight, but I can tell you it was 45 minutes of straight fire that we have to be in a position where we can control our tongues. The number 2 of make your way prosperous, we talked about that you have to meditate in this thing day and night. And we talked about, like, this is not for the casual person that just somehow hope they stumble upon success. This is not for that person. What's up, Angelique? This is not for the person that says, I'm not going to take the bull by the horn. You got to understand that this way of living costs something. Yeah, I'm going to break bread. That this way of living has to cost you something. If you're not willing to invest in you, if you're not willing to invest in it, whatever that thing is that you got deep down on the inside of you, that you believe that God has given you, that the great I am has awakened your I am to do, it's going to cost you something to see it through, that you have to be willing to meditate in it day and night. I talked about that last Tuesday, I think. And this is number 3. And number 3 tonight, man, this is going to be a message that appeals to your head. Now, I have some messages that appeal to your heart. I have some messages that appeal to your humanity. I have some messages that appeal to your deity. That's the part of you that's made like God. But tonight, I want to appeal to your mind. What's up, Ryan? Thank you for joining us, bro. Tonight, I want to appeal to your mind. I want you now, just take a moment. I want you to turn off all the TV, turn off all the white noise behind you. And I want you for a moment to allow me to speak directly to your heart, your mind, your heart, your feelings, thinking, your choose. I want you to allow me that moment. In order for me to have that moment with you, I need you to be completely locked in right now. I know right now we're at home and life is virtual, church is virtual, everything is, I work virtual, everything is virtual. But for the next 40 minutes, I need for you locked in. I need for you to say, I'm going to give myself to this word for 40 minutes. I'm going to give myself to this Motivational Monday for 4 minutes. Hey, Dale, thank you for joining us. I need for you to commit to the next 40 minutes. Somebody put in there, I am all in. Somebody go to the chat box. I need for you to commit for 40 minutes. I need somebody to say down there, I am all in. I am all in. I need to know who's listening tonight. I need to know that you're all in for 40 minutes. Because if your life is going to be different, you're going to have to make your way prosperous. That word make is a verb. It doesn't mean that I'm going to stumble into it. It doesn't mean that I'm going to blink and click my heels together twice like Dorothy and be in the promised land. It means that I have to make. There's something I have to do. All right, I got some people who's all in. I just want to make sure I ain't running this race by myself. I want to make sure that this bread breaking that I'm doing today, that I got some people that's as committed as I am. All the lukewarm people, go ahead and get off right now. Because this is for the people that are committed to making their way prosperous and having good success. Doesn't matter what it looked like externally, I'm committed. When I give my word, it is what it is. Boy, I just broke bread. I'm committed to making my way successful. And so tonight, part 3, we're going to deal with the part, observe to do according to all that is written. Now, this is the phrase of Joshua 1:8 that's not the most sexy. We love the meditate in, therein, day and night. We love that I have to own the words that come out of my mouth. But this observe to do is not the most sexy in the scripture, or is not the thing that pop out to you. However, it is just as important as meditating and not letting the word depart from your mouth. When I did a small little study on observe. That word observe means if we don't understand what they meant by the word observe, we can miss the blueprint of the text. Observe means to notice, to perceive, and register it as being successful. Let me say that again. To notice, to perceive something, and register it as being significant. So my question to you is tonight, what have you been observing in your life? Where's your focus at in your life? What do you perceive to be significant in your life? Because what you perceive to be significant in your life is where your energy flows. Where your energy flows, so does your manifestation. What do you perceive to be significant in your life? If you go, and I'm going to break bread on this in a minute, whatever you perceive to be significant is where you place the majority of your resources. I'm gonna break bread tonight. That we've already talked about from Joe Dispenza, that thoughts are the language of the brain. Yeah, my favorite book says a man doesn't know his own heart, but your thoughts reveal your brain to you. Boy, I'm gonna break bread with this. I told you I'm coming for your head tonight. You got to be a thinker tonight. If you are just a surface level person and just think you here just tonight to get me some motivation, this is not the night to be here, because I came to appeal to your head. This requires that you pull out your cell phone, that you pull out your day planner, that you look at your calendar, that you look at your expense account and see where your money goes. This requires that you focus for the next 40 minutes so you can get this information, write it, make it plain so you can run with it. Thoughts are the language of the brain. What I perceive significant is where my brain tend to turn toward. What I perceive significant, it's amazing. My wife got a car. Before she got her Infinity, we did not see many Infinities on the road. What's up, Q? We didn't see many Infinities on the road. When we first bought that Infinity, we was like, man, we haven't seen a lot of these, so they must not be coming around here. And the moment we bought that Infinity and we start parking that Infinity in our garage, the moment our attention, every time I drove in the driveway, or every time she got in and out the car, she saw that Infinity. And after we bought that car, we started seeing the Infinities everywhere. Man, we even started seeing Infinities the same color as hers, which when we bought that Infinity, we had never seen an Infinity that color before. And so likewise, just as our brain, before we bought that Infinity, it wasn't significant enough for us to even recognize that Infinities were all around us. It wasn't until we made the commitment to buy an Infinity till we started recognizing, man, it's like everybody and their mama has one of these cars. Somebody can be a witness out there that you all have done something similar to that. It wasn't until I got that car I started seeing them everywhere. Why? Because now I perceive Infinities as being significant. The moment I start perceiving it as being significant, my brain now starts to gravitate toward what I perceive to be significant. Remember, thoughts are the language of the brain. My brain, every time I drove in my garage, I saw that Infinity symbol. I could be 20 cars down and driving down the parking lot at Walmart and notice an Infinity 20 cars up. Why? Because now I perceive that Infinity is being significant. And now the language of my brains are my thoughts which trigger Infinity. And whether I'm looking for it could be a Q40, a Q80, it could be a small one of the car Infinity. It doesn't matter. Now it registers on my list almost everywhere I go. Why? Because now my focus has been drawn to those infinities. I'm gonna break bread up in here tonight. What you register it as and being significant is what draws your attention. Well, a man doesn't know his own heart. A man knows his heart, but you have to be able, that word said meditate, and then observe to do according to what is written. You have to be able to meditate, and then you observe what you perceive to be significant, and it reveals your heart to you. That's why it's so important that we spend time with me. Boy, I'm gonna break bread right now. That's why it's so important that I get to know the true version of who I am, because who I perceive I am as being significant might not be who I truly am. What I thought was me was not me. It was only me because that's the part of me that I perceive to be significant. I look more to my flaws and what I can't do and what I don't do well than I do what I do well, and that what I do better above average. But my attention and my focus continues to go to where I fail. And we think about it, some of us out there, that we cannot see the good in anybody out there because we're always looking to what's wrong. That's right. Renewing is changing that mindset. Everything requires that you change your mindset. I talked about it. Vanika, when you were on there, I talked about it this weekend, that the humanity is here. Your deity is here. The natural is on this side. The supernatural is on this side. The way we link those two together is by you renewing your mind, or getting your mind in a place to where I perceive that my deity supersede is more significant than my humanity. And as I begin to link those two together, it's the moment I start doing supernatural things. And that's why it says to make your way prosperous. Making your way prosperous isn't dependent upon luck. Making your way prosperous has nothing to do with Powerball. Making your way prosperous has nothing to do with the publishing clearinghouse. Making your way prosperous has nothing to do with hitting the board on the Super Bowl. It has everything to do with you observing to do what you find significant. Boy, I'm breaking bread right now. What do you perceive to be significant in your life? Motivational teacher to the masses. I don't know my own heart. Motivational teacher to the masses. I just don't know where I am right now. Let me give you 3 ways. I'm going somewhere tonight. I told you I was going to need your mind to be engaged tonight. I'm not going to rah-rah you tonight. Tonight is meant for you to, I want you to observe. Boy, I'm going to break bread. I want you to observe to do. 3 ways to know what I render significant. 3 ways to know what I've been observing. Boy, I'm about to break bread tonight. Come on, Kenny. I got some people chiming in this conversation. Oh, I'm going to break this bread tonight. I told you, this is not one where you're going to run around the room. This is one that if I begin to observe what I am doing, I can run around the room in 3 years from now. It means I will be attracting and drawing closer to me everything that I perceive to be significant. Because right now you've been putting too much attention on where you're hurting. You've been putting too much attention upon where you lack. You've been putting too much attention upon where people are. Well, he can do this, this, and this, but they really need to work on this. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, making your way prosperous is a sure thing. It has nothing to do with blackjack. It has nothing to do with slot machines in Las Vegas. Come on, Ryan. This is a sure 100% thing. 3 ways to know what you render significant. Keep them notes out. Number 1, thoughts are the language of the, no, I'm sorry, this is not number 1. Let me go back. I didn't finish this thought. Thoughts are the language of the brain. According to Joe Dispenza, feelings are the emotions of the body. Feelings are the emotions of the body. Sometimes I don't know what I'm thinking, but I know how my body feels. I don't necessarily know why I feel this way, but I obviously am experiencing something in my mind that I shouldn't, because now my body is feeling anxious, or now my body is feeling overzealous, or now my body, I'm a little nervous, I'm a little shaky, I'm a little scared. Now my mind is controlling how my body feels. Y'all know about it. I got my sympathetic, my parasympathetic feelings, and sometimes Sometimes my emotions express how my body how my body reacts to what's going through my mind. I'm breaking bread right now until we begin to render what's significant, and we can process those thoughts and process those emotions. We disqualify ourselves from the true riches. The reason why the prodigal son was in the hog pen was because he rendered he rendered significant getting his inheritance and being able to squander it. The only reason why he was in the hog's pen, because his observation was backwards. Anytime we observe life from a lens that is that is disproportionate, or a lens that is opposite from what's written in the word, we will always underperform our potential. I just broke bread. Anytime I observe through a lens that's different than the great I am, awakening my I am, I will always underperform my potential. I will always underperform my lot in life. I will always underperform the people around me. I just broke bread because the lens of which I'm observing has been tinted. My lens has been flawed. That's why it's so important that you begin to meditate and you begin to observe so you can attain the appropriate lens that it takes to see life through the eyes of the great I am. I just broke bread. This whole going through life 100 miles per hour, never slowing up, never taking time to understand why have I been planted in earth. Oh yes, I use that word planet strategically. You have been planted here on earth for a time such as this, blowing and going. You will never produce the fruit that you're supposed to. Why? Because your lens through which you're observing has been tainted. Until we attain the right lenses, we will always underperform our potential. Yep, he valued the world more than he valued the kingdom. We're talking about the prodigal son. Let's say it this way. He rendered the world more significant than the kingdom. His observation said, I can have it better the world's way than I can from my father's house. Oh my God, that's another motivational Monday for another day. And there's so many of us that's been trying to do this the world's way. We've been trying to do it without the great I am awakening our I am, and we end up in the same spot. Why? Because our observation and the lens through which I perceive has been tinted or tainted to where I cannot manifest what I see because my lens are not giving me the proper view. I just broke bread. I just broke bread. We've been planted and kept during a season such as this one. And if there was ever a time, I got to say this. If there was ever a time where I could not trust this world system, it is now. In the midst of the whole GameStop situation, in midst of the whole insurrection situation, in midst of the rigged trial situation, in the midst of the George Floyd's situation, if there was ever a time I would not lean in my own understanding in the midst of coronavirus, I wouldn't. If there was ever a time I'm not leaning to my own understanding, it is right now. If there was ever a time where my lens had to be changed to have a kingdom view, it would be right now, because I do understand that I exited this world system a long time ago. I understood that the world system was rigged. And the top 1%, the top 1% holds over 60% of the wealth. The top 1%, they hold more wealth than anybody else. The whole system is rigged. I gotta break bread. This world system, if you have any other lens to come up in this world outside of kingdom lenses, I got to tell you, disappointment is right around the corner. But I'm telling you, there's a way where you can match your humanity with your deity, with you in the middle, meshing them together where you can have it all. There's so many people that figured out a way to get wealth, but they're so sad, depressed. They don't know how they're going to make it, but they got all the money in the world and cannot get over their own depression. I can't get over my dad telling me he didn't want me when I was younger. Or my dad saying, my brother, you got people who has attained great wealth and still commit suicide. The question is why? The question is why. I'm trying to tell us to come up in a way where we can have it all. In the kingdom, we can be happy about what we built. We can have great relationships around us. Well, will we have struggles? The answer is yes. But there is a way through the proper lenses that we observe to where we can have it all. Stop settling for mediocrity in your life. Stop saying that this is all I can have. Stop. See, let's talk about these lenses for a little while. Let's take me a whole nother way. I got to get back to my notes. Let's talk about these lenses for a little while. See, most of us have started building crutches around us to accept the life that we have right now when I know God has called me to more. Well, the great I am has awakened my I am to more. We've sat there and said that this is my place in life, and we've built crutches, and we've made stories that we've told my daddy didn't do this for me, so when he didn't do this, it left me in this place, and so now I'm not where I want to be based on what my daddy did when I was 7, and now I'm 38, and so I'm still in the same place mentally, and I'm observing life through the same lenses, and my life, and nothing has changed in my life because of the lens of which I tell my story. You got to change that lens. Your lens is your observation is flawed. Your hypothesis is flawed. Your experiment will never come out proper because your lens is off. It's almost like a deer hunter shooting through a scope that is bent. You will never hit your target no matter how many times you try because the lens is off. I just tried so hard and it never works. Why? It's the lens that you're looking through that is yielding you those results. The moment you start, I love the story when a man came back, he said, man, I see men like trees. He said, rub your eyes again. Go back, man, I can see. It's time for you to change those lens that you've been looking. I know right now, I'm telling you, the gap between where you are and where you want to be is you upgrading you. I just broke bread. There's nobody else hindering you from walking in or making your way prosperous but you. I told you I came for your head tonight. I came for your head tonight. I think Benico said it about 3 weeks ago. Yep, I was my own problem, but now I'm my own solution. My question is to you, when are we going to move to solution mode? Boy, I done went on a whole tangent. Let me get back to my notes. 3 ways to know what you render significant. Number 1, what thoughts are dominating your thinking? What thoughts are dominating your thinking? Whatever thoughts are dominating your thinking is what you observe, is what you render significant, is what you register as being significant. Those thoughts that dominate your mental space. And see, most of us, come on, Angelique, manifesting yourself. Yep, we talked about that the other day, manifesting you. And see, for most of us, what thoughts dominate our thinking? For most of us, we have been whipped before we ever leave home. Before we ever go into the job, before we ever say good morning to our spouse, we have already been whipped because I went to bed with negative thoughts and I woke up with negative thoughts. I'm telling you, in order to change what dominates your thinking, if you were to attract an attitude of gratitude, man, you will feel so much better about who you are and about who you have around you. It's so many of us that tend to, the only thing I see is what a person does wrong. That cup is always half full. At what moment when you begin to see the cup as half full? It's always half empty. Well, I got a piece of a man. Well, if you got a piece of a man, that means a piece of him must be pretty good. This woman don't want to never do anything I ask. Don't ever do anything. The one thing when I was doing counseling, the one thing I always listened for is when people use always, Never. That tells me your lens is tainted. That tells me even when they want to do good, you want to point out the evil. And in order for us to change our lot in life, we got to stop looking at the cup half empty. We have to start seeing the cup as half full. Whatever thoughts dominate your thinking, number one, is what you render significant. Number two, and this is a big one, 3 ways to know what you render significant. Number two, what are the values of the top 5 phone numbers that you talk to throughout the day? Go through your cell phone. Go look at the top 5 numbers that you talk to all day. And you look at the values of which they withhold. That tells you what you render significant. Iron sharpens iron. How can 2 walk together lest they agree? You tell me about the people that you talk to the most. I can show you in a mirror. Poor, I just broke bread. Because we tell ourselves so many things a lot of times that may be half true, untrue, somewhat true. But if I look at who I talk to the most, the 5 top dial numbers in my phone tells me who I am. It tells me how can 2 walk together unless they agree? I know that I must be agreeing with this person for me to spend as much time with them. How do I know what I render significant? I just broke bread for some of you all. Some of you all got to change that top 5. You know at least two people in that top 5 that's where you've been and they're not where you're going. We got to start exchanging that lie for the truth. We got to start saying, okay, I got to upgrade everything around me because that energy they project is pulling me down. I got to tell you, I don't keep negative people in my life. Listen, I know. My game is rigged. I don't keep negative people in my life. I can't do it. Like this journey in itself requires that I fight past mediocrity and wage war on mediocrity. It means that I cannot have stinking thinking people in my life trying to tank whether great I am is strengthening my I am. You got to change that. You got to change that. You got to get with people that allow you to be you, the gifted warrior. They got to allow you to be the gifted warrior. I remember when you used to do this. That ain't me no more. I don't mind telling you that I used to do those things because I talked about it Saturday. I have evolved beyond that. And if you're stuck in that place where I was, then you can't see me for where I am. I just broke bread. Man, that's some bread breaking right there. Somebody better take that doggone cornbread, that hot water cornbread. Yeah, somebody better take that cornbread right there, break it up. You got to, come on, Tina, you got to change the company you keep. I want to know what I render significant. Look at those top 5 phone numbers. It will show you you. It will no doubt show you you. You got to change that. Number 3, I told you I was coming for your head tonight. I told you I was coming for your head tonight. Number 3, where is your treasure? Come on, Deborah. I'm coming in the house. And the only reason why I'm in that, Deborah, is because you allowed me in. You got your notes and you ready to go. Come on, just broke bread. Number 3, where your treasure is, there will be your heart also. Go get your checkbook ledger. Go to your online account. Go however you keep up with what you're spending. Go check it out. See where your treasure is, and it will show you your heart. My question is, how many of us, I'm gonna break bread. How many of us are invested in us? How many of us are taking, putting money aside, saying, man, I gotta use this. I know I want this daycare. I gotta save 5% of my income. I know I want to go to a seminar that's going to improve me, because here the true challenge is, if I improve me, I improve everything around me. I say it every Motivational Monday, there is a place where you can have money at the end of the month. There is a place where you can have a great relationship with your spouse and with your children and with friends. There is a place where you can have a great career, or you can have a great business, or if you want a great job, there is a place. And there is a place, ladies and gentlemen, where your body can be healed and made whole. There is a place, but it requires that you upgrade you all the way around, that you can make your way prosperous. You got to make your way prosperous. It requires that wherever your treasure is, your heart be also. It requires that you prioritize you in your treasure. Bust those heads open with that knowledge. I'm coming for them, dog. You know I'm coming tonight. I'm coming for that head knowledge. I don't care about how many tongues you speak in tonight. I don't care about how many businesses you have tonight. I don't care about, I only care about you upgrading to observe to do what I register as being significant. I came to show you you. I came to show you you. Take that online account and look at where you're spending your cheese. You look to where you're spending your cheese, you can find out what you deem as important. How many seminars did you go to? How much money did you save for a particular cause? How much money did you put into the ground for a particular cause that you found that was close to your heart, that you want to sow into? Or did I just go out and I spent all my money on all I need? My question to you is, you have been given as a seed. I have never seen his son begging bread. I've never seen a seed, a true seed, that didn't have more than what is needed. If you take one seed, I'm about to break bread, and you plant one apple seed, that one apple seed will give you an apple tree with an abundance of apples every season. You tell me, what kind of seed are you? Because what kind of, I always said that we give and we serve from our overflow. It's from our overflow. What kind of seeds are you planting? What's your overflow? Is it gossip? Is your overflow gossip? Oh man, you know everybody business. Everybody call you about everybody business. Is your overflow women? Oh man, you know I got 4-5 women on the side. What is your overflow? Your overflow represents the seed that you've sown. I just broke bread. It represents the seed that you have sown. It's whatever your top 5 can get from you. Whatever your top 5 get from you, that's what you've been sown into. And many of us have missed where we've been sown because the wrong lens. We have the wrong lens. You are more than the gossip at the water cooler. You are more than just the person that people think you are. It's time for you to come up. It says, number 3 is, where is your treasure? It shows you what you render significant. Now, I'm 37 minutes in. Let me get into this stuff. Let me get into this good part. It says, tonight we're talking about observe to do. All of that was just observe. All that whole first 30 minutes was just one word, observe. What have you been observing? 30 minutes on one word, observe. All right, so observe to do. What I observe is what I do. I just broke bread. It says, observe to do. What I meditate on, what I think about, what I see is what I do. He's telling us how to make our way prosperous, and it's clean. Observe is a verb. Meditate is a verb. All of these are preverbs. I'm making words up. They are preverbs to the official action of what to do. Before I ever do a thing, I do the thing. Oh my God, I just broke bread. Let me say that one more time. Before I do the thing, I've already done the thing. If this way can make my way prosperous, this way can also make me broke. This way can also make me broken. This way can make me have a poverty mindset. This way can also make my body aching and in pain and not whole. Listen to me. Just take the same thing. All right, whatever book, my book of lack shall not depart from my mouth. I shall meditate on my book of lack therein day and night, that I may observe to do according to the book of lack. Then thou shalt make my way full of lack. No matter what seat we sit in right now, it's based on Joshua 1:8. Before I ever commit the act, I've already committed the act. Before I was broke at the end of the month, I already was broke at the end of the month because I meditated on it. I've seen it. Boy, I'm breaking bread right now. I meditated. I spoke it. And now I've observed to do. this scripture says, according to that all that's written therein. But check this out. According to that word according means as stated by or in, depending on or whether. It's according to. My question to you is, like, to make your way prosperous, it has to be according to that is written therein. All right, talking about the book of the law. It's according to all that is written therein. My question to you, what have you been observing and what is it according to? Because whatever it is according to is why you're sitting in the seat you're in today. I'm going to break bread. If you've been observing according to what your parents said about you in the past, you're sitting in the seat of what your parents said about you because that's what you meditate in and that's what you observe. And you can't outperform that version of who you seek or that lens through which you perceive life. I'm telling you right now, I had a poverty mindset like no other. I was making $100,000 a year and I was broke. I was broke as a joke. My assistant probably had more and was in less debt than I was, with making 6 figures a year because all I observed was poverty. Everything around my life resulted around me not wanting to be in poverty. So I was according to all that was written about poverty. I grew up in poverty, so everything revolved through the lens of a poverty mindset. Everything revolved around through the lens of me just barely being able to make it. Oh man, like, trust me on this. I was divorced before I was divorced. I was broke before I was broke. I had a foreclosure before I had a foreclosure because I saw it all happen before it happened because I had a lens of a poverty mindset that I lacked all the time. When I had abundance, I found a way to be in lack. What according to what in your life? According to what? Is it according to the molestation that happened to you that leaves you broken or that leaves you not having any self-confidence? Is it according to the story that your uncle said about you? Is it according to what your dad said, your dad not being there? According to what story you believe determines what access you can enter into. It's all about what you believe. Now, in order to make your way prosperous, it has to be according to all that is written therein. I'm breaking bread right now. So my question to you is, what do we render true in our lives? My question is, what do we register as being significant in our lives determines exactly the manifest. I told you I was coming for your head tonight. I told you I was coming for your head tonight. I knew this was not going to be one going to make you run, but this is going to be one to make you think. Break it down. See, when you say stuff like that, break it down, truth, it makes me see that the wheels in your brain is turning, and I can see it virtually. I can see that right now the wheels in some of y'all here are turning to understand what is it according to in my life. What thoughts have I accepted as truth that I've meditated on, that it has not departed from my mouth. I've meditated on it day and night, and that I've observed to do according to whatever that thought is, that it has made my way lack. It has made my way whatever situation I'm in right now. I made that by that process that I've outlined the last 3 weeks. Man, that's some bread breaking for you right now. Now, however you made, wherever you are in your life right now, however you made it, you understand the process now of making your way. Man, I'm going to break it down to that. Come on, Q. Teach this word in season and out. Now, however you've learned it, now we get to, what's the word I'm looking for? We get to relearn that whole process, because the most important thing that is written, when it says all that is written therein, you know, all I see, according to the truth, according to the great I am, according to God's truth and who he is and who you are through him. And see, many of us, we're looking for the God in the sky to do so much for us. It's not the God in the sky that changes this world. It's the God in you that changes this world. Stop talking about, boy, I gotta go here. I gotta go here. I gotta go here. It's according to the power that works in you. It's according to the power that works in you that makes your way prosperous, or that makes your way full of lack, or that makes your way full of debt, or that makes your way unhappy, or that makes your life unjoyful. It's according to the power that, oh God, Father in the sky. Let's not talk to the Father in the sky. Let's talk to the God that's in you. He's awakening your I am. It's your I am that pulls your conscious and your subconscious together. Or let me say it this way. It's your awakened I am that pulls your deity and pulls your humanity into one, so you can become supernatural on this earth. Oh, God in heaven, it's about the God in you. I breathe the breath of life in you. I said, go ye therefore. It's time for you to wake up and to do. It's time to, somebody write down there, it's time to do. Hey, Antoinette Marie said it 2 weekends ago, put me in the game, coach. It's a tag team partnership. It's time for you to take that doggone ball and run with it. Put you in the game, coach, so you can make your way prosperous. Stop asking folks for everything. I'm breaking bread right now. Stop looking to the banks. Come on, man. Stop looking to the banks for your breakthrough. Stop looking to somebody else to the left or to the right for the breakthrough. You got to look to your awakened I am for the breakthrough. You are the breakthrough. The moment you realize that I was my problem, but I am my solution, I am my breakthrough. The great I am has awakened my I am my breakthrough. You got to meditate on this day and night. I don't have problems. I got to break bread. I don't have problems. Do things go wrong in life? Do you coming in, going out, and stuff? Yes, all that is true. But when I look at it through the lens of which, come on, man. When I look at it through my awakened I am lens, man, there are no problems in heaven. In the kingdom, there are no problems in kingdom. Whatever problem anybody had around my big brother, he was able to come in and solve their problem. And my question to you is, are you allowing yourself to be solution oriented, or are you allowing yourself to be a part of the problem? Are you giving yourself excuses? 38 years beside the pool of Bethesda, nobody will put me in, coach. I had nobody to put me in. Well, that person that was behind you the last week, in 38 years, you could. Are you allowing yourself to have excuses as to why you're not owning the results of your own life? I talked about it. Own your outcomes. Are you giving yourself reasons or excuses? Excuses are the tools of the confident. Those that use themselves good for anything, they be a monuments of nothing. Are you building monuments of nothing on the excuses that you're telling yourself to justify your lot in life? Or are you saying, I gotta be better tomorrow than I was today? And I'm meditating on how can I be better? God, I thank you for where I am today, but I know you built me for more. You built me for more. And I refuse to live in average, whatever that average is. I refuse to live in average, and I'm not comparing my life to anybody else's to the left or to the right. My I am has been awakened. The earth has a gift to children of men. I should have resources at my disposal. I can't, that you're blessed. You've been blessed with every spiritual blessing. I should have resources at my disposal. I came so that you can have life and have it more abundantly. I should have resources at my disposal. To my cup, to the full, till it overflows. I should have resources for my disposal. I'm coming for everything that I'm supposed to have. And I'm meditating on it day and night. I'm living out my imagination. I'm meditating out of my imagination day and night. I'm not leaving not one thing on this earth that I'm supposed to have to pass down for generations to come. I'm not leaving with my solution on the inside of me. Why? Because I'm meditating on it day and night. I ain't worried about the problem. I'm becoming the solution. And you might even have the solution to a problem that haven't even existed up until this point. You better get to meditate. You better get to meditate. All your good stuff is in your meditation and your observance. According to, let me finish this thing. I'm almost done, y'all. According to all that is written therein. According to all that is written therein. Now, that's talking about all that's written in the book of the law. It's not, and the challenge for most of us, that our manifestation primarily is according to all that is written on the inside of us. All that we've accepted as true on the inside of us is what we attract externally. That's why he's saying, okay, I need you to get in this book of my law to begin to change your mindset of, I know you got some junk coming up, but I need for you to get in here so you can make your way prosperous and have good success, not according to what they said about you, not according to even what you think about you. It's according to what I've said about you. Yeah, every tool I need to succeed is in me. Everything that you need has already been given to you. Stop looking, man, you got answers to questions that haven't even been asked yet. I just broke bread. You got $1 million ideas on the inside of you that you've yet to discover, because the problem hasn't even existed yet. Right now, when you meditate, man, you get better ideas on how you're doing processes right now every day. And all it takes is one idea. One idea, and it's time. I'm gonna break bread. One idea in its time is worth more than silver and gold in its weight. One idea in the fullness of time. But how many of us allow ourselves to keep going on this hamster wheel called life, never engage our mind, and we lose that one shot? Eminem said, I got one shot. You got one shot. Oh, I love that. You got to tap into your oil well, Q. You got to tap into your own oil well. You don't need my oil well. You don't need Angelique's oil well, Lisa's oil well. Pat, you need to tap into your own oil. See, that's why I'm saying, see, for most of us, we're not committed enough. And that's why I challenge y'all every week. Most of us aren't committed enough to show up on one night at the same time every day. If I miss it, I go back and get it. That's why I'm looking for you to commit to something. Commit to investing in you somehow. And that's why I say, man, like, I'm always amazed. I ain't gonna lie. I would expect for words like this to be at 40, 50 hours a night. I would expect that. I would expect that. But the challenge is that most people only want what is comfortable. Most people only want what is comfortable, and they are not willing to commit to anything past their comfort zone. They can't. I'm telling you, it takes 3 to 5 years for you to become a master in anything. It takes 3 to 5 years for you to become a master in anything. And I'm challenging all of you all. I'm going to be here to sit here with me 3 to 5 years. I'm challenging y'all because I'm telling you, man, I'm starting. Look, I'm starting to figure out what lens to see life through. And it is my job or my priority or my I've been sown. Oh yeah, I love this. It should be thousands of eyes for this bread. Come on, Vaniqua. It should be. And they are on the way. And they are on the way. I'm saying this right here. Like, I have been sown into this earth. Whatsoever you loose in heaven is loosed on earth. And whatsoever you bind in heaven is bound on earth. I've been sown on earth to connect heaven and to connect earth. Like the only gap between where you are and where you want to be is you understanding how to walk in your awakened I am. That's it. Like I'm telling you, it's simple. If you begin to operate in your awakened I am, your marriage is simple. Like jobs or life, life becomes simple. When you go through things, yes, but you go through things with an awakened I am, understanding that all things work together for my good. I knew when I was laying down with COVID, I'm like, somehow, some way, it can't kill me. This gotta work together for my good. I ain't scared of it. You'll be tired going to the bathroom. I'm gonna get up and walk to the bathroom 2 or 3 times when I ain't got to go, just to prove to COVID that it can't see me, because this gotta work together for my good. Well, it just feels so bad. I gotta get up because it gotta work for my good. It's what I know. My body is whole. My body is healed. Every cell of my body lines up to work. This is not meant to be on my man. These symptoms are not real. I'm just broke. I just broke bread for some of y'all because you've been looking at your life like what you've been going through is what's real. I'm telling you, what you know, what you observe, what you meditate in is more real than what you see physically. It's only symptoms. It's only symptoms. Your checking account right now is only a symptom. It is not real. It is not real. These symptoms are not real. Oh, I say you wheezing, you out of breath. That ain't real. What is real? My lungs are full of air. That's more real than what I feel right now. When I was feeling like I was lightheaded for trying to go to the bathroom, like, that ain't real. That's not what's real. What's real is I'm the healer God maintaining my health. That's what's real. I am not giving in to the fact that what I see in the natural is real. I'm not bought into it because, man, I got to get off this thing. I'm 55 minutes in. Because when the great I am looked out and saw a land that was barren, he said, let there be light, and separated the day from the night. He looked out at nothing and made it something based on what he saw on the inside of him. Whatever he started, he finished. The word was there from the beginning. Whatever he started, he finished. See, I'm telling you, what you see in your life ain't real. What he started, he already finished. What you see is not what your life is meant to be. What you see right now is a symptom of what's going on the inside of you. But what you know about you, that you are the head and not the tail, is what is real. We got to start believing what I know, what I observe to do, not letting it depart from my mouth, what I meditate on. That has to become more real than what I see every day, ladies and gentlemen. The moment I can connect my natural to my super is the moment where it's cataclysmic and everything I touch shall prosper and have good success. Doesn't mean you're going to have some setbacks, but even in the setback, I know that this thing is working together for my good. I'm not going to tear anybody down. I know I'm overqualified for the job. They didn't give it to me. That must mean that my time has not come. Boy, I'm breaking bread right now. That means my time has not come. I'm not going to whine. I'm not going to cry. And I'm not going to look at that person differently because I know God holds the king heart in his hand like putty. And when my season has come full, there's nothing that can stop me from walking in it. I'm telling you right now, you have to be that bold in your belief about what you've been called to do. I just broke bread. I'm in OT right now. Put me in the game, coach. I'm in OT right now. I'm in overtime right now. You got to make your way prosperous. And then you should have good success. I'm going to challenge some of you all. Go back and listen to Make Your Way Prosperous #1, Make Your Way Prosperous #2, and Make Your Way Prosperous #3. You got to meditate in this day and night. You got to allow, when you're doing nothing, have some headphones on, allow this word to be going and meditate in your mind. Thank you, Vaniqua. Thank you, Lisa. You got to allow this stuff. You got to listen. When you're doing nothing, you got to be doing something. Man, right now, I'm a beast in my seat. You're a beast right now. I love that. I am a beast. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, we are on a clash course with destiny. It's a small moment. Check your boy out. That in your window of opportunity, man, let me prophesy. In your window of opportunity, you're gonna have a window of opportunity that's gonna show up. You're gonna have a window that's gonna show up, and you're gonna be so over prepared for that window because of who you are. Your confidence when you're presented with that opportunity, your confidence is going to be so sky high because your I am is awakened that they're going to give you more than what you asked for. I'm telling you right now, because you're confident, because you're attracting that to you as you believe at the great I am, positioning, awakening your I am for a time such as this. I'm telling you right now, we're on the way. It takes 3 to 5 years of giving yourself to it so it can give itself back to you. Give me 3 to 5 years. Motivational teacher. It sounds like so long. You're going to be here anyway. Give yourself to something so it can give itself back to you. Yo, I am the motivational teacher to the masses. Y'all have been phenomenal tonight. Thank y'all for spending time with me. I told you all, if you sit here in front of the motivational teacher to the masses, you will get some bread that is good for life. It will sustain you. I challenge you to go back, listen to Make Your Way Prosperous 1, Make Your Way Prosperous 2, Make Your Way Prosperous 3. And I'm telling you, you will get somewhere. Your mind will be renewed to a place that you didn't even know existed. Vaniqua and me, we listen to it all the time. I go back, #1, #2. I used to listen to the ETs. I used to listen to the Tony Robbins. I used to listen to the Mel Robbins. I still like my girl, what's her name? I can't think of her name right now. David Goggins. I used to listen to all of them. And I still do from time to time. But I'm telling you, the motivation teacher to the masses is my primary right now. This stuff is good stuff. It's good bread breaking. And until next time, if y'all have not, please follow me on Twitter. Please subscribe to my YouTube page at Williams Inspire. Please, I don't know what you do, like on Facebook at Williams Inspires. And until next time, I am challenging you to wage war on mediocrity. Your boy is official.
It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't